Thank you, Dr. Yogeshri Gupta and Sahani sir. Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning. This is the 1598th day of continuous webinar conducted by International Forum for Promoting Homeopathy. Today, our guest is Dr. Yamini Remesh. Let us begin the session with 1 minute silent prayer. Thank you all. The International Forum for Promoting Homeopathy comprises of homeopathic lovers, students, and doctors. And we have 3 sessions every day. The first session of the day is already over in Hindi from 7:30 to 8:30. From 8:30 to 9:30, we have the local language session, the international session in English. And from 9:30 to 10:30, we have a local language session in Malayalam. All these sessions are going in a good way, and we are uploading the videos of the same on the very next day itself, so that those who miss us the same can watch it at YouTube by searching IFPH Homeopathy. You can subscribe the videos without paying any money, and you can share it with anyone, whether he's a homeopathy student or a doctor or a homeopathic lover. And that is the beauty of International Forum for Promoting Homeopathy. To take homeopathy to every home is the purpose of our forum, and this is what we are doing for the last 1,597 days. And let me come to today's guest. As you all know, today it is Dr. Yamini Remesh. She has completed her BHMS and then CCAH and FCAH. These are additional qualifications for Dr. Yamini Remesh, and she's a consultant physician and homeopath and co-founder at Asha Homeopathy Clinic and Academy, Homeopathic Junction, Indore. And she is practicing since 2008, and her extensive training under Dr. Rajan Shankaran, Dr. Sarkar, and Dr. Jayasha enabled her to integrate a variety of tools and techniques into her holistic practice. And she has a lot of cases in pediatric, psychiatric, as well as diseases related to women. She is the co-founder of Asha Homeopathic Academy, as well as she is taking a lot of medical camps with her husband, Dr. Vaibhav Jain. Both are working together and taking homeopathy to higher level. They are conducting a lot of medical camps in and around India, particularly in Indore. And she is running another organization, NGO with Abhijit Foundation. She has taken a lot of presentation in various forums, and particularly in IFPH also. She has made some 2 to 3 presentation earlier. And today, Dr. will be talking about overview of mineral kingdom. As you all know that last time she has taken a session on general kingdoms. Anyway, let us welcome the guest of the day, Dr. Yamini Remesh. Welcome, madam.
Thank you so much, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Thank you so much, sir, for the introduction. And good evening, everyone. Hello. And let's start the session about today. I'm going to talk about mineral kingdom and how we can understand the periodic table in correlation with homeopathy and homeopathic remedies from the point of view of mineral kingdom. So let's start. Sir, is it
Yes, everything is
visible?
fine. Everything is fine. You can go ahead.
Yeah, just a second. Yeah. Okay. So we all know this periodic table, we all have studied it in the school, high school, and also in early college time. But we do not refer to periodic table very often when we prescribe mineral remedies. So we have lot of, I mean, all the minerals are available in the form of homeopathic remedies. Today, I will show you that how you can understand periodic table and use the mineral remedies very, very nicely with, deeper understanding. And for that, I really want to express my heartfelt gratitude and regards to Jan Scholten and Dr. Shankaran, who has done a lot of huge work on periodic table, and they have written beautiful books. One book of Jan Scholten, which is Homeopathy and Minerals, and another one by Dr. Shankaran, which is called as Structure, is available. You can see that there are other people also who has done work, but they were pioneers in this field. So now you might ask that what is the need of periodic table understanding? So first of all, my reason is all homeopathic medicines contain the elements of periodic table, either in trace or in abundant quantity. So all your, animal remedies or whatever and everything in nature is ultimately a mineral. So all the homeopathic remedies actually contain the elements of periodic table, which we cannot forget. Second, imbalance of these elements causes disease-like condition in the body. All plants and animals contain these elements only. And instead of remembering so many medicines, we have to memorize only the representative element of each group. So we all know that the whole periodic table of Mendeleev is divided into, it has 7 rows and 18 columns. Okay. So if you know what row medicine, which row's medicine you are giving, and you know the theme of that row, it will be very, very easy for you to select the remedy amongst the minerals or elements of that row. I will give you the example and you will understand. Or if you know that, the issue is from this column, this particular column, and this row, then it's very easy to choose that element or salt of that element. It will make your life a way easier than it is. So there is, huge need of understanding periodic table. So Russian chemist Mendeleev prepared this long form periodic table. Dr. Lesser, Farrington, Clark, Dhavle, Dr. R.D. Jain, all of them correlated it with homeopathic materia medica. So something which we all study is group study. So this is also kind of group study. So you are just studying mineral group. It is an arrangement of elements with physical chemical properties arranged with increase in atomic number in a tabular form. So this is basic, we all know. Horizontally, we have 7 rows or series. It is also known as periods. Okay, so I will refer them as rows. So all these minerals we have, beautiful ones. So what is the main theme of the mineral kingdom person? So before going into homeopathic understanding, I just want to ask all of you that what is the quality of mineral kingdom or mineral in nature? Can you quickly write down in the chat box? If that can be done and we can interact a little bit, it will be very nice. So quickly, if you can write. What do we know about mineral? Anything which comes to your mind? So we all know that all the elements are, elements have definite structure. Very nice, Dr. Indranil. Thank you so much. So minerals have definite structure. Okay. Steadfast. Okay. Okay, Dr. Zubair. Second thing, we all know that, they look for stability. Thank you so much, Dr. VM. So they look for stability. Either they will lose the electrons or they will gain the electrons. But completion of valency is very, very important. If you remember the Rutherford's model of electron, it has 2, 8, 8, 18 electrons, in the outer circle. So they have to complete the circle, right? Am I making sense? Or if they complete the circle, they are stable. If they do not, they are unstable. And stability is very, very important. This is in nature. Nature has, taught us this. So in homeopathy also, you will see the mineral remedies, they actually have the feeling of maintaining the structure. It is very, very important for them that their structure is complete. So they will have feeling of either lacking or losing something. Okay, either they lack or they are losing something. So this is very, very important, that the mineral kingdom person is all about, the main theme is about maintaining the structure. You will see how. The person from mineral kingdom perceives a problem with the structure, whether it has to do with relationship or a role or a profession, or like you said, bonding. Okay, so they make bonds. And why they make bonds? Because they want to be stable and complete. Again, their outer circle has to be complete. So they will see problem in structure in any kind of thing, especially relationship, which means bonds which they make or they have, or their profession or their performance or their responsibility. You will see each row has different um, a specific theme of every row and every column. I will definitely show you that. The main theme is about maintaining the structure, like I said. So, what words they will use? The patient will say, my work, my bank balance, my skin, my health, my relationship, my performance, my plans, my joint. Everything is about oneself. So, one quality which you will see in Mineral Kingdom is that they are very, very introspective. They, in Animal Kingdom, you will see the problem is outside, not inside. Okay, because animal actually live on the basis of, on the principle of survival. So they survive, and they kill for survival. So it is very, very important and subtle difference between mineral kingdom and other kingdoms, that minerals will always look inside for everything. So that's why everything is related to oneself. Animal will look outside. Plant is getting affected by outside, though it is connected to them, but it is what affects them. So this is how you differentiate in a nutshell. So the mineral words can be support. They will talk a lot about, I don't have support, I need support, he is my support, my father is my support, gaining, achieving, responsibility, collapse, structure, pressure, time frame, losing, building, all these are mineral words. But please do not go only by words. Understand the basic theme, and you will, you will get the theme in the patient as well. They will have fears like breaking of structure. What if I lose? What if I won't be able to do that? What if I fail in performance? Like silica, we all know it is a great, like argentum nitricum, they are performers, right? So argentum would always feel, some nervousness, that diarrhea before performance, because they would constantly anticipate that what if I fail? What if I fail? So failing in performance, losing something, these are all fears of common fears of mineral remedies. The mineral problem is expressed by patients as a lack or loss of structure or function. For example, they would say, Doctor, my hemoglobin levels are less than normal, indicating things are not the way they should be, not in order. Then there is something missing in the organization or structure. So I had a patient of, I remember she was a patient of calcarea cup, and she came to me and she had a hemoglobin 11 grams she had. And she said, Doctor, I'm really, really worried why my hemoglobin is 11. I said, but it's still okay. It's like on the borderline, but it's normal. So she said, no, but it should be between 13 to 15. Why it is not like that? So, this type of patients, that their structure is either less or the structure is fading, losing. So in arsenic, you will always see, they would talk about money. There's fear of poverty. Arsenics people are very, very restless. There's a lot of fear of death and restlessness or anxiety about health because they are losing the health. Okay, so arsenic is on the right side of the row 4 and not on the left side. So left side feels lacking, right side feels losing what they had. So left side will say, oh, I don't have the support, I don't have the money, like calcarea and kalis. Okay, so they will say in the same row I'm saying. So in the same row on the left side, you see that they don't have the ability, In the middle, they gain the ability, and on the right side, they lose that ability. In every row, you will see this same pattern. So if you don't see a row like a straight line, and if you understand that as like a mountain, okay, so like this. So, when you start, if any one of you ever done mountaineering, I'm sure you might have tried, you must have tried. So when you do mountaineering, when you go up, initially you feel that, oh, kaise hoga, how it will happen, whether I will be able to do it or not, whether I have the capability to do it or not. So it's all about, whether you have the capacity. It's the question of ability and lacking the ability. When you go in the middle, when you reach the peak, it's like, oh, I have it. And when you come down, you have exhausted all your resources. You have exhausted the oxygen, you have exhausted the food, your energy is low, and now your structure is losing. So that's why I said, on the left side, you don't have the ability. In the middle, you gain it. And on the right side, you lose it. In all the rows, you see that. Now, second example, that I'm losing my memory. A lot of remedies you will see that they will complain that doctor, my memory is not good. This indicates loss of some part of structure, again related to structure only. I do not have the strength to breathe, like in sternum met. A lot of cough, and they cannot even talk because of cough, because there is huge breathlessness. Stannum is one remedy which I have used extensively during COVID times, because it doesn't have the strength to breathe deep enough. An impression of lack of ability. Again, you're losing what you had. I need to conserve my eyesight. This indicates that he's losing a function. Doctor, my eyesight I'm losing. Please do something. Can you please preserve it? So that is also a mineral expression. Through these examples, the vital sensation, a problem with the structure, is being expressed locally as a lack of structure or function in one specific part. This same vital sensation will be found expressed through emotions, areas of, dreams, delusions, stress. Um, so at all levels, you will see this vital sensation of, oh, I don't have the ability. It's all about capability and lacking and losing. How do we recognize a mineral remedy? So few observations I will tell you that how can you recognize a mineral remedy? What are the traits? So first of all, they can give you an impression of being very well organized. Generally, all the mineral, most of them will remember the dates, the time. Their reports will be very organized. They will bring the whole file to you. They will tell you, doctor, in 2017, 18th January, at 9 p.m., I got to know that, oh, I had breast cancer. And then in 2018, we started chemotherapy. And then 2020, I had COVID, and, like that. So they will tell you exact dates and time, because organized. The numbers, the dates are very, very important for them. So they would bring all the files systematically. So I'm just telling you the common traits, okay? This is not fixed, but yes. So yes, like Dr. Indranil said, that they have ability to recall mathematics. But again, they might have the problem of losing also. So, on the other hand, they might tell you that, oh, I'm not able to recall. Okay. So, very well organized, mainly, generally. Their handwriting can be neat, the letters uniformly spaced out, because it's all about structure. No, the structure, the handwriting is very important part of structure. Straight or angled rather than rounded. So plants handwriting, if you see, they're more rounded. They often speak in action and may be precise in their choice of words. Some patients may sound monotonous, maintaining the same pitch throughout their speech. So, this is a general difference I have seen, that the mineral cases are monotonous cases, and animal and plant cases are very, very interesting, with lot of variations, lot of, a change in pitch. They are animated, basically. Animals are animated. So you will see a subtle difference between uh, animal cases and mineral cases and plant cases. Plant cases can be both. but subtle difference between, animal and mineral cases. So mineral cases are mostly like monotonous, maintaining the same pitch. Very often they are systematic in their presentation of their complaint. They follow a chronological order. If you ask them, they will tell you exactly when, what happened when, and give the exact dates and precise details about their problem. Okay. Then these patients are often affected by breaks in relationships, job losses, financial losses, failure in performance. These are the stress areas for them. So if, like natromure, we all know that natromure is disappointed in love. So again, break in a relationship. So it is a common remedy which we all prescribe for, for breakups or the feeling of breakup, which is okay. But deep down, they're affected by breaks in relationship, loss in the job, like the fourth row. Um, in fifth row, you will see that it has to do with creativity, performance, like urgentum, like I said. In autumn, there is responsibility, duty consciousness. So they are again affected by, oh, whether I have served my duty, I have done my job or not. So these serve as stress areas for them. Their fears too are centered in these. They are anxious about failing in their work, unable to perform, or breaking of relationship, because this means that you are losing again what you possess or have built up so carefully. Their contact with other human being can be described as one of the structure and function. So, for example, if you ask a person that what was your experience in the situation where you lost someone very close? For example, I had a patient and she lost her husband, and she had a bad IBD issue, irritable bowel disease. And when I asked her that what was her experience in that situation when she lost the husband, she said, doctor, he used to support me in everything. He was my biggest support system. Now I don't have anyone to look up to. Now, he used to feed me, he used to choose the clothes for me, he used to take decisions for me, he used to guide me, and all those things. So, mainly what she lost is the supportive structure. And that's how the problem started. So, when I gave her some remedy, I don't remember the remedy, but some remedy from the third row, which has a lot to do with support, identity, nourishment, and all those things. She completely recovered. So their contact with other human being or their relationship is also described as one of the structure or function. For example, the relationship of a father with his son may be limited to that of responsibility. Father perceives his role as the provider of the structure and nothing else. Thus, one can see that right from the local sensation to the dreams, stresses, hobbies, relationship, in everything, the vital sensation is lack or loss of structure or function. That will be expressed very well. In a mineral state, the relationship will mean structure. A loss of the relationship will mean loss of structure. And relationship is something that will complete the structure. So natrum, we all know that it is natrum is on the left side, alkali metal, and muriaticum, which is a halogen. Okay, so natrum has one plus electron, muriaticum has, chlorine has one minus electron. And when they come and form a bond, then they complete each other's structure. So one structure is one electron, one loses and another takes. So both the structure are now completed and they are into the relationship because of stability of structure. So similarly, in human beings also, you will see that. So natromure patients can be sensitive mainly in the area of relationship. That relationship is their provider. Identity is fundamental for the natromure patient, and having no identity of her own, she takes up the identity of the partner. So natrum doesn't have its own identity. Chlorine has its identity, and chlorine just want to lose one electron and say, okay, I will decide now. And natromure patients are okay with that. That's why natromure has a very nice, interesting symptom that natromure, it's written, I don't remember the book, but it's written that they marry a married man. Natromure lady marries a married man because, again, that need of structure, need of support is too much, and they don't have their own identity. So they always, love the wrong ones. And then they get disappointed in love. It's a vicious cycle because they need someone to cling upon to fulfill their structure. And then they would marry a person like Muriaticum, who is not there for anything but just to complete the structure. So both are on the same boat, but for different reasons. So even though she may describe herself as being sensitive, Natamur will always say that, "Oh, doctor, I'm very sensitive, I'm very touchy if someone says something." But what is beneath that sensitivity is, sensitivity of structure and not the plant sensitivity. Okay, in plant sensitivity, you get sensation and reaction and not only sensation. So here sensation is missing, but structure is very, very important. So the word sensitivity will not have energy in the natrum. Okay. What are the expressions of the sensation in minerals? I lack, I am losing, I am incapable, my structure is incomplete. The problem can be described as internal, and there is an inadequacy within himself. That's why initially I said they are very, very introspective. They would always, the natural mure, for example, if um if you ask them that what do you think is the problem in your relationship, or in your disappointment, they will always say, doctor, I feel, I'm losing, I'm lacking something, I'm not able to provide what my partner needs, whether it is boy or girl. If is he or she is natural mute, they will tell that, doctor, my partner is maybe is expecting something else, but I'm not able to provide. Even if this is not the real case, but their perception of reality is that there is some inadequacy, something, missing in themselves, which is causing the trouble, and not otherwise. Okay. But if you ask an animal person, they will tell you that, doctor, I know my boyfriend is like that. All the problem is inside my boyfriend and not in me. So this is a very, very clear difference you will see. Because for animal, everything lies outside of them and not within them. Am I making sense? Are you with me, all of you? I hope yes. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Okay, so reaction of the mineral is I need to complete myself or at least conserve what I have. Like I said, on the right side of remedies, the arsenic, remedies beyond argentum, beyond aurum, beyond 11th column, basically. They want to conserve what they have. Like stannum, I said, save what I have. So I want to save my energy, save my money, save my ability to function. So all the actions of minerals are directed towards this end, in the end. The experience of any situation, they will tell you that it has completed me or depleted me. For example, if you ask them, what did you learn from this seminar or webinar? They will say, joining this seminar has contributed to my knowledge, my personality. Now I know this. Or, oh, doctor, I was so disappointed. I did not learn anything. Even I was, confused like anything. And I just lost the interest. So both ways, they are either it is completing them, it is adding something which they did not have, or one is losing something which they had, like interest, and it is making them depleted. Okay. Then they might say, what do I get from them? What do I lose due to them? These are the issues. For example, I need this person for my security. In fourth row, you will see all the calcarea, kali, ferrum, chromium, arsenic. So it's all about security, stability, and finances. It has, you will see the fear of robbers, the dreams of robbers in fourth row, because their stability they are losing. People are there for robbing them. And what will happen after robbing? If you ask them, they'll say, oh, I lost my financial stability. So it's all about security and stability. Calcium, we all know that it has to do a lot with business. They would talk about business, think about business, but they always feel that I lack the ability to function. I don't have the resources. On the right side, it's exactly opposite. I don't have the resources, but I had them. So I'm losing what I had. And in the left side, I don't have that. I want to have. So these are the rows. Okay, so we all know by the chemistry knowledge that it has 7 rows, row 1, row 2, row 3. Okay, and from above downwards. And from left to right, you have columns. So 7 rows and 18 columns. Each row and every column has its own theme. First of all, you need to understand the row theme, and then you will be able to understand the columns. So I'm just giving you an overview, not trying to confuse you at all. So I will tell you in a nutshell what is the theme of row 1. So Jan Scholten said that the rows, the 7 rows are in line with the development of human. Okay, so how do we develop? First of all, we come into existence in the mother's womb. So row 1 is aligned with conception and existence. When you just come into this life, you just, start existing where inside the mother's womb. And in row 1, you will see only 2 remedies, 2 minerals. On the left side, we have hydrogen, which has atomic number 1. And on the right side, you have helium, which has 2. So helium is a noble gas. Okay, 18th column is a noble gas column. Sorry. So row 1 has a theme of conception and existence. Then what is the next developmental process? You just get detached from the mother and actually exist on your own, right? So the second row has a theme of fetal life and birth process. When you actually start detaching from the mother, the umbilical cord gets cut and you come out and you exist as one entity. That is fetal life and birth process. Then once you're born, what is the next level of development? What is the first thing which is done after coming into this life? You're given name, right? So we all give, pet names or whatever names to our children. So what is that identity? So you are now not baby of some XYZ or baby of this or that. Now you have your own identity. Your name is there. So row 3 is aligned with the theme of identity, nourishment. And what is row 4? What is the next level? Then you look for security and task. You try to do your own things. When you're 2, 3 years old or 4, 5 years old, what is the first thing which we all try to do? Try to walk on our own, try to eat on our own, try to be stable, try to be secure, try to get admission into college or school or anywhere. So security, stability, and task is the theme of 4th row. Then once you're stable, secured, you have earned enough or started doing job, what is the next thing which a human thinks? Now they think about doing something different. Okay, something creative, something which gives them fame. And not only identity, this name and fame is not like row 3. So row 3 is you have an identity. But what is row 5? That people know you, people know that who you are, what you are able to do. So creativity and performance. Now you want to be in the limelight. That is the theme of row 5. Once you are famous, you are very creative, you are performing. What is the next thing? Most of the senior people take, they like take the example of the prime minister or any good person or a person of responsibility. They will take the responsibility of community. They will think about others, think about society, right? So responsibility and duty is the theme of the 6th row. Okay, then if you have achieved this level also, the next level is of the monk level. At the monk level, what do? You just tell others people and you also let go of things. That is disintegration. Nothing. So you again come to a 0. It's like a circle, the whole circle. So these are the themes of rows. So row 1 is about conception and existence. Row 2 is about fetal life and birth process. Row 3 has to do a lot about identity, care, nourishment. So all our natrium, magnesium, alumina, phosphorus, sulfur is here in row 3. Row 4 is about calcium, potassium, and ferrum, like ferrum, you know. Why ferrum is important for human life? What is the role of iron in our lives? Tell me very quickly if you can answer. How do we see ferrum? So our hemoglobin has ferrum, right? We cannot function without iron. Our mobile phones, vehicles, this computer, and most of the things which we use in day-to-day life is made up of iron, right? So without iron, we are nothing. And what iron gives us, what hemoglobin gives us, strength to function on a daily basis. That's why day-to-day tasks, security, energy, yes, and stability. When you lose hemoglobin or when you have anemia, what happens? You are just like this, lost. So you don't have energy to function and you don't have energy to do anything, even day to day thing. You won't be able to do. So all these remedies are here in row 4. Then creativity and performance. Okay. So strontium is there, argentum is there. So you know what is the difference between generally, in general, I'm speaking. Um, Many people you will see they would buy silver and many people would buy gold. But what is the difference between buying gold and buying silver? Silver has a lot to do with, that shining and visibility. But gold is not for visibility. Gold is for value. So gold is in sixth sixth row, the responsibility row, and row 5, the shiny row, the performance, the look is more important, creativity is more important. So argentum, which is silver, is in row 5. So you will see a subtle difference between gold and silver. So these are the themes of rows. So this is the periodic table which is made by Jan Scholten. You can see him on board. And, these are the 18 columns you can see on the top, on the left side rows. And then we are not right now talking about lanthanides and actinides. That's a separate talk. So first 3 rows, the left, the upper 3 corresponds to childhood, starting from conception to separation, then to identity. And the last row, last 3, 4 to 6, issues are related to adulthood: security, protection, finding a job, money, performance, taking responsibility, and then finally letting go. So mainly we talk about 6 rows because 7th we don't know much about, and that's a different topic. Like I said, it has a lot to, a lot of research is going on that. As far as children are concerned, we see in them a linear growth. Right from conception, the fetus develops in the womb and then finally separates. So this is linear, but from row 3 onwards, it's not linear. Okay. It's, it's like that, like a mountain. So whereas in adult life, we start with no capacity to earn, at the bottom, you don't have the capacity to do anything. Slowly, you gain the capacity. In the middle, you reach at the peak and then you start losing the capacity to earn. So like that, in adulthood, you see like a valley and a peak. So we start with wanting support, reach a stage where there is no need of support, and then again go back to wanting the support. So these are the issues which I have already told you. So let's talk about rows a little bit. So hydrogen line, hydrogen and helium, which is first row, has to do with existence and birth. Do I exist or not? So the question is, do I exist in hydrogen and in helium also? And they say, do I exist or I do not exist? And lithium line, which is row 2, process of separation. I exist, but do I separate from the mother? So it is the whole process from lithium to then, beryllium, boron, carbon, and oxygen and nitrogen. So lithium, I'm in womb. Am I still a part of mother or have I been separated? Fluorine has the story of separation, which is the last element in the room. Relationship, bonds have to break, marriage has to separate. So that's why fluorine is all about, I don't want it, you know. Natrum line has to do with identity, love, care, nourishment. Am I separate? But am I me? Because I don't have an identity. I am separate, but I don't have an identity, except for the person I'm related to. So I am someone's wife, I am someone's sister, I am someone's daughter, but I am not myself. Alumina, lot of confusion. Yes, we know that alumina is confused, utterly confused, cannot choose. Silica has fixed identity, fixed idea. I am this. And they have to protect the image. So, what is the image? Fixed identity. Phosphorus, my identity is not with you. I know better than you, but my identity is with friends because friends has the next level of identity. Before that, you only relate with the family. Sulfur, I'm better than you. I know who I am. You don't tell me. Sulfur is like a teenager. Okay. They have foolish ego. Chlorine, I'm exactly the opposite of you. Okay. Natrium is a combination of opposites. It has crisis of identity. I'm just giving you a few examples. Calcium line, which is fourth row, they will talk about security, task, finance, job, house, because all these things give you stability and security. Bank balance, protection, police, thief. So dreams of, robbers are at the doorstep. Dreams of thief is inside the house. You will see in Cali and Calcarea. Routine tasks. They will talk about, doctor, I'm not able to walk. Calcarea carb has a lot of, pain in the legs, pain in the back. Kali carb, we all know, is a great backache remedy. So what back gives you? The support and stability. If your back is not there, will you be able to sit? Will you be able to do your daily tasks? No, right? So am I doing right or wrong? If wrong, then fear of, crime, fear that I have done something wrong, or all the OCD symptoms of, relating to gods, goddesses, and all those dreams and delusions are here in Kali. So now that I have identity in calcium line, I need security because I am already having the identity. So calcium and copper has fear of dogs. It is the theme of the whole room. Fear of violence. Now I am an individual and I have to fortify the security. Calcium has theme of murder, fire, rats. Security is very important so that you are not attacked. That's why they have to, do FTs. They have to think about finances and they have to, build a home and all those things you will see. Bromium on the other end, right side. I'm attacked. I have no security. In between metal have to do with police, military, defense. Many of these remedies have a lot to do with either police, crime, military, and they will also talk about defense and defense forces. Okay. In the middle, you will see protectors. Arsenic is robbers will take away my security. So you're losing what you had. Strontium line, which is the argentum line also, the silver line, fifth row. So fifth row, we'll talk about creativity and performance because now you are stable. You have enough money. You have built your home. Now you want to do something new. So once, it is the life of homeopath also. Initially, we just want to be known. Okay. In the middle, you want just a kind of stability. Your clinic should run nicely, you should have a secured income and all that. And after that, what do you want to do? You want to teach, you want to research, you want to prove remedies. So this is also creativity, innovation, knowing people. You want to, do things, new things. Fear of criticism is there, steps into the new and the unknown. To learn something more, adventure, creativity, performance, you'll see a very, very strong theme of adventure here. Adventure has little bit of fear, but a lot of thrill, right? What is thrill? You're excited about new thing. So you know that whether if I go on the stage, people might criticize me. But if I perform in a nice way, what I will get? The appreciation. So, longing for appreciation, longing for fame. That is creativity and innovation. Strontium is afraid to take step. They want guidance from their guides, needs backup guidance. Iodine feels like I am in a strange country and I can be killed. So, all are trying to kill me and in between create and venture into new fields. So palladium is the epitome of creativity. I'm the creator. not creator, sorry, creator, the speaker, the scientist, the research person. I'm the main person. So a lot of, a lot of appreciation desires for. So they always need appreciation because they are already doing something new. Then the next row is barium or the aurum row. So aurum, we all know that aurum is a king. Gold is a king, and it has suicidal tendency also because they feel they have not fulfilled their responsibility. So there are two sides of aurum. One is they are extremely responsible and they are leader and want to do something really big, something really nice. But if they don't do it or they are not able to do it, they feel suicidal. So, in barium, you will see feet are cut, can't take responsibility. Barium are dependent because they are on left side, but they'll still, talk about responsibility. Barium children are shy, we all know. And also, there is a rubric called imbecility, but still they are mature. You will see the maturity. So Mercury is, which is in the middle, destroys the leadership. In between, take the responsibilities in various degrees. So Mercury is on the right side. And the last row is about disintegration and death. Okay, radium line. So all the lanthanides and actinides are here. Okay. So this is about the overview of mineral kingdom. Now we don't have much time, so I would just ask all of you that if you have any questions, just let me know. Thank you so much.
Yes, Dr. Yamini Remesh, it's really a very good session. You
Thank you, sir.
brought the mineral kingdom in a beautiful way.
Thank you.
That's
Thank you so much.
great. Unfortunately, still people don't know about all these things. Only very few people are following these rules because they think that it is something supermost, a thing that is in homeopathy. So we need to study these things in a beautiful way, just like what you demonstrated here. Then naturally, homeopathy will be the winner. And definitely we will be able to find the solution to some cases very quickly.
Yes.
And it's the time for discussion. And those who want to participate in the discussion may please raise your hand so that we can we will allow you to unmute yourself and you can speak to speak as well as ask the question to Dr. Yamini Remesh. Dr. Indani Bhavatkar, it's up to you to unmute first.
Okay, sir, madam, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Thank you. I'm Dr. Bavadekar from Pune. Madam, in many cases, we see that during death in the family or somewhere sudden death, the relatives they talk about the loss in the family, loss in the relationship. So,
Yes.
like these are acute presenting complaints. Should we take them as a part of theme of mineral kingdom, or should we take them as a normal symptoms? What will be your observation?
Thank you so much, sir, for the question. It's a
Thank
very,
you.
very valid question. So yes, so when they have lost some family member or some death has occurred, they would talk about the loss. But if you ask them the experience of loss, they might talk about something else.
Okay.
So if they say that, oh, for example, ignitia. Okay, so ignitia is a chronic of natrum mur. We all know. Okay, and ignitia is also affected by loss of loved ones or death elements from is the main rubric of ignitia. But ignitia belongs to a Loganaceae family. So when you ask the experience of the person, experience of the person in the situation where they have lost someone. For example, if you ask a ignitia person that what is the experience, they will say that, doctor, I just did not know what happened. I was so shattered and I was shocked and I couldn't, even cry in that situation when my father died or when my brother died. And it was completely shattering. So though superficially they are saying that, oh, I lost my brother or husband or any loved one, but what is the experience? That in the body they did not have energy, they were not able to cry, and the experience of the situation is shattered, which is Loganese, which is not mineral kingdom. So we should not be misled by the words only. We have
Ah,
to look at the experience. But yes, if they say, if it is a natromure patient, they will tell you, oh, doctor, I don't have the support now. Who will? So, for example, I gave the example of that lady, no, who was my patient of IBD. She said,
yeah.
my husband used to feed me. My husband used to choose the clothes for me, and she was almost like 50 or plus years old. So imagine a 50 years old what not was not able to choose her clothes, was not able to eat food without the husband. It was total dependency and lack of ability to, to do things on her own.
Okay.
So
Thank
that ways I feel that we have to
you.
go into the deepest experience
Yeah,
possible.
it should have the experience. Very good.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, madam.
Thank you so much for the question.
Now it's up to Dr. Beatrice, listener from Germany.
Yes, thank
Yes.
you.
Yes.
Thank you. It was a very, very interesting presentation. And we all know Dr. Scholten very well here in Germany, and he did do a great job. And for me, it was very, very explained very, very well, the mineral kingdom by you. It was very helpful again to think about in that way, and was be presented very well with a table of elements. I would have one question. If we,
Yeah.
for instance, go to the third row, it will start with natrium, and next one will be magnesia.
Yes.
Yes. And so, in what way natrium and magnesia are similar? Because they are neighbors. That would be
Yes.
my question.
Yeah. So you're asking in what way they are similar to each other? Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So thank you so much for the question, Dr. Beatrix. And I'm really glad that you liked the presentation. And we all, I mean, I personally I'm very indebted to Dr. Jan Scholten. He has done a great, great job. Now he's working on plants, and that is also very, very helpful. And up of about your question. So the natrium and magnesium, column 1 and column 2 are, I did not speak about much about columns, but we have themes of columns also. So when you go from left to right, from first column to 18th column, uh, again, it is like from first to eighth, you try to gain the ability. In the middle, you have the ability, and from 10 onwards, 10 is the peak. From 11 onwards, 11 to 18, you lose that slowly. Okay, in each column. So natrium and magnesium are first in column 1 and 2, very, very close to each other. So they have quite similar type of uh, ability to do anything. So the issues are quite similar, not exactly similar, but same. So the issues are about nourishment level. Issues are about relationships. So they both are clingy. They both are dependent. So in first column, you start with zero capacity. You're completely dependent, completely clingy on someone else. So all the alkali metals which we see, which is on the first column, okay, like natrium, and below that you will see kali is
Kalium.
there, potassium is there. So all these metals, they are very, very clingy and dependent. And in column 2, you gain little bit of ability, either for support, for responsibility, or for work, task, and duty, according to row. Okay, so natrium,
Mhm.
magnesium both have problems with relationship. They both feel completely dependent on their partners, and partner could be anything, not only a couple, but partner like their parents or their siblings or whoever is there, their friend. So magnesium and natrium has a lot of similarities, but there are subtle differences as well.
Yes, yes. My question was, thank you very much for a good response. So, as experience in my clinic, um, I see a certain similarity between natrium muriaticum and magnesia muriatica.
Yeah,
And as we normally have so many natrium muriaticum patients, we have many, many.
yeah,
Sometimes we have the tendency to miss the other muriaticums. So, from my
yeah,
experience, it's more or less like this. that the natrium muriaticum is more stiff, strong-headed, more like this. And the magnesium, it's a bit more emotional. And I prescribed, in the meantime, I prescribe more or less 50% natrium muriaticum and 50% magnesium muriaticum. They're a bit more soft. And there's one keynote, it does not have exist in every patient, but with magnesium muriaticum, we have the keynote. They feel better to lie on the left side, even with heart problems. And that can be a keynote from time to time. But from personality, for me, it's a soft natrium, just to give you a part of that experience. So thank you.
Yes, you're absolutely correct that it becomes sometimes because this happens in my practice also, because we know natrium mur much better. We tend to use that muriaticum only, or magnesium muriaticum, and we tend to miss other muriaticums. So in
Yes.
that context also, I feel that understanding the theme of the column and row helps, because then you can pick other minerals as well, if you understand that. But yes, I totally agree with you. What you are saying is correct. That happens.
Okay, Dr. Deepthi Mehta is waiting. Okay,
Yes. Yes.
Dr. Deepthi. Dr. Deepthi, you can unmute yourself. Do you have a question? No. Then, Dr. Boblin, you can make your statement here. Please unmute.
I'd like to thanks Dr. YAMINI Remesh, the AUSA Homeopathic co-founder and consultant homeopath, for a very deep insight into the mineral kingdom for homeopathy. I think this is a very beneficial session tonight, and I just like to ask a little bit of question before we close. Is that what is the similarity between Natrium muriaticum and Calcarea cup? And what is the difference and what is the similarity?
What is the difference and what is the similarity, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Natrium mur and Calcarea carb, are you asking?
Yes.
Okay. So natrium mur is in third row. Is in so natrium mur is an amalgamation of sodium and chlorine, which is both are in third row. So you will see the relationship issue, the support issue, that they don't have enough support from family, from friends, and all that. And it is a emotionally very vulnerable remedy, gets affected by things, disappointed in love. It has lot of natrium mur has a lot of constipation and digestion issues. So they are thin generally. They are not able to assimilate the food which they take, because digestion is a very important theme of the third row. Okay. And in fourth row, when we come to Calcarea carb, so fourth row, it has to do with work, task, daily routine, stability, security. So calcium in our body is also gives us strength. So calcium is in teeth, calcium is in bones, so very, very important minerals, and gives you abundant security and stability. We are able to stand because of calcium. We are able to chew because of calcium. If that is not there, we won't be able to actually eat and stand straight. So the issues in Calcarea carb is related to daily task routine, whether I'll be able to do this, that, and fear of losing the security, fear of losing money, fear of losing home. There is fear of police, that they will catch me, whether I have done something wrong. So these are all differences based on mineral kingdom understanding.
Dr. Yamini, it is a time to wind up the session. I invite
Yes.
Dr. Survey Postago to say auto thanks as well as your comment.
Yes. Thank you. So these are the differences. That is what I wanted to say. Thank you so much for the question.
Yes, Dr. Survey. Please unmute. Unable to, yes, you can speak.
Yes, it is difficult. Thank you so much. It is a wonderful session, and you are explaining the mineral kingdom very, very good and very nicely. And thank you so much. I know that the brilliant man, John Scholten, and we know a lot of things and mineral kingdom, and at the same time, the others' knowledge about learning about him. But I know that you are very clear explaining your knowledge. Thank you so much for session, and it is very easy for us to choosing and differentiation between the mineral remedies each others. Thank you so much, and at the same time, I'm thanks for IFPH. Every evening we learn a lot of things and repeat some things. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm grateful. Thanks to IFPH and the entire team.
Hope Dr. Yamini Remesh, we can make some more presentation on the same subject, because a lot of questions are coming and a lot of people have doubts and they want to give more clarification to their questions also, because we have a very short time for discussion. Thank you. Thank you all for joining this session. And it is tomorrow we will have a session from Dr. Vipert Shivasnik, and Dr. will be talking about the mind's whisper, exploring the psychosomatic dimension of homeopathic treatment. That will be the subject of tomorrow. Hope all of you will be joined tomorrow at the same time. You can use the same link we used tonight. And on day after tomorrow, there will be a celebration of 1,600 days. So hope all of you will join for the celebration also there. Thank you all. Good night. It's up to Dr. Mariam John to